All right, last one. Speaking of wash the
Oh
shore.
yeah, I found this really intriguing. I sent this. I like this story. It's
it's very cool.
It's a weird story.
Unsettling.
It's a story of how orange pieces of plastic kept washing up on the same beach in France, and people wondered what the hell was going on. And then they eventually would piece these things together and recognize that it's Garfield. Garfield, the famous cat from the comic books and the cartoons or whatever. And not Garfield like a toy, but Garfield a phone. Garfield was so big at a moment that there was a demand for Garfield phones. And I'm not talking about smartphones. I'm talking about actual desktop house phones with a cord on them.
Okay.
And for the 30 plus years, these orange pieces have been washing up on the shore. Go to the original ad for this phone. Scroll down. Over there on the left, the Garfield telephone, bottom left, the ad. Look at this. This is what you would have been reading a magazine for kids, and you would have seen this ad, and you would have said, Mom, I want one of these in my room. I want a Garfield phone. Can you imagine what a phone? I'm going to read the text from the ad. This is the 80s or whatever this is, or 90s, early 90s, early 80s. What? I don't even know what era I'm in here. No, for 30 years. What does it say? Is there a copyright 1978 over there? Damn, dude. I think it says I feel like it says 1978. You got to have to scroll down. Yes, 1978. Oh. Anyway, so it's 1978. You're 12, 13 years old. The cool kids are in their room talking on their own phones. And you say, I want the Garfield phone. What happens is you hang up the phone and the eyes close shut because he was a lazy cat, wasn't he?
Yeah, and always eating.
He was a lazy fat cat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Why are you worried about that? Well, you can't say fat cat.
No, it just reminds me of myself.
You're a lazy fat cat.
Yeah.
Kirkland Drip go crazy, TBH. To be honest, Kirkland Drip go
Dude, I'm going to look
crazy.
for that next time I go to Costco.
So I showed my kids, and they said they are totally down. They thought it was sick. And I was like,
dude.
Really? I was like, wow, maybe, just maybe, Kirkland Drip go crazy.
They did something.
Maybe it does.
Yeah.
So if you go, you buy it. We'll do it on the show.
I will, yeah. I'll wear it.
If you have time to go over there and it's actually there, you buy that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll fund it.
I'm going grocery shopping.
Keep your receipt or whatever.
I buy the whole thing.
I'll fund it for the purpose of this show because we got to get to the bottom of it. And we need to find out if Kirkland Drip goes crazy.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Oh, my God. Look, what a fun phone. Lift the receiver and Garfield's eyes open all the latest features. Last number redial and mute button for privacy. Listen to the features in 1978.
Cool.
I love this story. I wish that this entire show, I could just talk about these stories. All right? Yeah. So the orange pieces are washing up, and the citizens get curious. The pedestrians, the passerbys, the beachgoers. And eventually, volunteers from an anti-litter group, they're like, enough with the orange plastic. What kind of weird scheme is this with the Garfield orange phones on the beach? We don't want it. They go for a dive, don't they? And they start looking around. And they happen upon a cave which they can only enter when the conditions are perfect to get in there because the waves are bashing. And you know what they find? They find the Holy Grail, the giant stash of undelivered Garfield phones from 30 years prior.
What? How did it get in there?
fell off of a container ship. It's a giant crate of undelivered phones. They never made it where they were going, Will.
Wow.
Never made it to those households with all those privacy features in 1978.
The poor souls who didn't get one.
And so they were sitting in there getting bashed around by the waves and slammed into the rocks and being distributed on the beach, one phone at a time for the next 30 years. Of course, at this point, they worked hard to try to extract what they could from the ocean, and here you can see the remnants. Cords and cables and phone components.
Should we see the commercial?
Like an artifact. And the aliens come, and this is all they find. It's all that's left of humanity is remnants of Garfield phones.
Yeah.
You know what? Play the commercial, Will.
That's it?
Wow.
No
dude.
way. That's not the commercial.
Wow. It's called Serious Man, Garfield phone. And it's the best ad I've ever seen in my life. Period, hands down.
His face.
Period, hands down. It's a game-changing moment for me. I will never be the same. There was me before this ad, and now there's me after.
Oh, wow.
Serious Man.
What a beaut.
Garfield phone. I am changing my plans. All right? There was me before, there's me after. My plans going forward are different than they were prior to that clip.
A new perspective.
The type of content I create, the projects I'm willing to work on, the things I say yes to and no to, it all changed right there that moment.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.